pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. We have a motion to approve the agenda. Anybody want to make a motion? Anything we want to add before we approve the agenda? No?
Approve agenda.
All right. Need a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Agenda approved. Approval of the minutes of the October 9th, 2023 Park Commission meeting. I've looked them over. I didn't see anything that needed changing.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Per diem slips are done. Secretary's report.
Nothing to report.
And the treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report, total of $4,310.49. With only a couple of things out of ordinary. I got business cards with my email on them. Mannequin Smith Engineering. Dundee Fire and Safety, Inc. for fire extinguisher inspection at the White Park Concession Building, and Monroe County Health Department water inspection at Samaria.
Okay. So you want to do them separately or all together?
All together.
All together? Okay.
Dundee Fire and Safety.
Fire.
Why doesn't our safety or our fire inspector do that?
He meets them over there and they do it. I am not sure. They do all the township buildings.
Okay, motion to approve. We need a second.
A second.
Oh, you really shouldn't second your own work. I'll second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aaron?
Aye.
Chris? Chaz?
No.
No. All right. Motion passes. No report from Community Ed. Nancy told us she'll have it for our next meeting. No presentations at this point. Public comment. Quick, Gail, quick.
The crowd is really sick here tonight, so I wanted to make sure I got up here in time. Gail Kane, 1056 West Temperance. The inspection was done by who? And I know you don't answer during that, so I'll let you take care of that later on. The other thing that I liked the idea that you guys are going to start doing these cow meetings every so often, because I think that'll really pull all your information together. And the discussion of your capital improvement plan, I'm not certain how that goes or how that'll work, so that'll be interesting considering you don't really get a say over your monies. So, alrighty, that's it. I'll just sit back and wait.
Thank you, Gail. All right.
Just to answer a quick question, it's the Dundee Fire and Safety Incorporated. They do fire extinguisher inspections.
Did they do car park in Samaria Hall?
Yeah, we were already previously billed for those ones. They had to go back to White Park because they couldn't get in the building. Nobody had a key for it. Well, the fire inspector didn't have a key for it, and there was no knock box. Which, for the inspection?
125?
No. No, it's...
The only reason I ask is because for my fire extinguishers, I just bring them myself to firefighter.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah.
So it says a quantity of 4 yearly fire extinguisher inspection, $6.50. Truck charge, $45. New Amrex ABC dry chemical fire extinguisher, $94.95. So, and then there were discounts in there after the totals were added up.
Okay. All right, let's move on. White Park fence. Chaz, you want to
Yeah.
take that?
I got a price for $1,499 for Liddell pressure washing to continue on with the fence painting that we had the convicts do last year. No, I'm Chaz.
How far are they gonna go?
I don't know.
Do you know?
As far as
Don't
they
know.
can for $1,500. So I want to have them do it. They did the backstops. They did a great job. They look awesome. If you haven't seen them yet, you should.
From the road,
They
they
do
look
look
nice
good.
so far. I know it'd be nice to see how far they can go, do a round and see what that gets us.
Yeah. So,
So you're making a motion?
yep.
Okay.
$1,499 to Liddell pressure washing and cleaning to have them square up what we had done for free over the last 2 years.
Okay, I'll second. All in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Okay, discussion of possible COW meeting in November. We talked about that a little bit. Should we make the second meeting of the month a COW meeting for the next, well, for the foreseeable future? Since we're not going to have a bunch of items probably to discuss. Or do you want to have an
I'd
extra
be fine with that
night?
as long as any contractors that have any bills for anybody gets to us for our first meeting so we can get them approved and get them paid in a timely manner.
That's the problem, yeah.
We can't have a treasurer's, or we can't have like a meeting for 10 minutes?
You
with the
could,
treasurer?
we could have yeah, and we would just be having two meetings at one after the other. We can do that.
We can't do that. If you get a bill, we can't do that. We can do that first.
Well, we'd have to decide on it before. You can't get a bill and then decide on it.
Well, that's what's going to happen, because they won't make the first meeting, and so then, second meeting. Well, would you like to do that? Let's have a discussion. What do you think?
So we could just have our regular meeting, and if the agenda is small or whatever, then who cares? And then
Go on to
have a
COW
cow
meeting
meeting afterwards, theoretically?
Theoretically, we can do that. Yep, and then just discuss it. We just can't make any decisions. We can't vote on anything at a COW meeting. Strictly
Which is fine,
discussion,
yeah, I mean,
you know, and then we can.
I need a lot of discussion more than voting on stuff,
Yeah.
really. I mean, that's where I'm at with my park, at least.
And my understanding is that the COW meeting can only have one item. I'm going to have to check into that, but that was my understanding. When you have a COW meeting, you have one item that you discuss. You don't discuss more than one. You're just there for that discussion. Like budget was budget.
I'm
and-
pretty sure you still make an agenda like normal, and you would go down an agenda. You're just not allowed to vote and make a decision.
Yeah, we always had for our school board meetings, because we had committee of the whole meetings, we
Yep.
had a whole agenda, we talked about everything.
Yep.
Okay,
You
so it
talk about it, you
wasn't
just can't
just one.
decide on it.
Said you
Can't
cannot
vote.
You can,
Yeah, you can say, well, you know what, I'm kind of leaning towards this. You can't come out and say, well, I'm going to vote no for that. You'd be like, man, you know what, I'm really not going to support that. But at the school board, that's how our COW meetings went, a whole agenda and everything.
Okay. All right.
I motion to have a cow meeting on the 20th of November.
November 13th? No, make it the next one.
Oh, wait,
November 13th is
27th.
the next meeting, and you want to have the
the 27th, rather.
27th,
I was saying 20.
the last one of the month? How does that work for you guys? Second one better than the first meeting of the month? Yeah. No, maybe?
Second one's fine for me. I'd rather it over the first, so that way, like I said,
With the bills?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then the COW meeting, do you want to have our regular meeting first, followed by the COW meeting, or you strictly want a COW meeting?
Just do the regular meeting first, get it out of the way.
Okay.
Cow meeting. So,
Time for that?
I guess it doesn't matter too much on if we have it, the first one or the second one, if we're going to do it that way. It probably best for the second one if people want to, maybe call planning and talk with people in there about the capital improvement plan specifically to learn more what it is. Or they can wait until the COW meeting and find out quite a bit of information as well. So, but the capital improvement plan is how you get money for capital outlay through the entire township now.
Right,
And it's why our capital outlay in our budget is 0.
yep. Because they forgot until the week before
Well,
they were closing that, oh, wait, the parks, we've got to have them. And so I scribbled some stuff and,
Screw the parks. Who would have ever thought?
well, I mean, they managed to put
Yes, they did.
$25,150 in it. They did do that.
Yep.
So,
and they've got projects for 2023 when actually these are going to be projects for 2024. Anything we add on here isn't going to happen in 2023 because they haven't budgeted us any money to put towards it, so. All right, well, I'm for having our regular meeting and then having the cow meeting after. So I will make a motion to the second
Right.
meeting of the month. We will have a regular meeting followed by a cow meeting. And I think the first cow meeting we should have is on the capital improvement project. So that's why I gave you guys those sheets. Take them home, look at it, see what else you want to add on there. You know, look at the different categories, see what you think. We'll come back and discuss it then. All right, need a second?
I second.
All right, all in favor? Aye?
I,
Aye.
3 ayes? No, okay. Motion passes. Update on car park, possibility of expansion. I spoke with Molly Spittler, who is the person in charge of that particular project. They're going to need to get that broken up wherever they want to split it, the thing they're talking about selling. She says it's anywhere between 2 and 2.5. I'm leaning more towards 2, I think, where they split it. I looked at it, it might be big enough for a BMX bike trail or a dog park or something, but it's not big enough for another ball diamond. And I'm not thinking skate park or anything because back there, again, eyes on, there's nobody to watch it. And there's a setback from the railroad.
the only problem with adding more amenities to that park is going to be parking. While it has quite a large parking lot, there's quite a lot going on at that park. And if you have, right now, if you have a baseball game and a rental at the same time, it can handle the capacity. But then you add more and more.
You have to write it into the church that we can use their parking lot.
Yes. Yeah, we'd have to have easement to use their parking lot.
Well, and that's
Or
something
even,
we
or
can
even have
discuss
part of
with
their
them.
parking lot as part of the lot of
Yeah.
the split.
Yeah, buy half their parking lot for them.
Yeah.
Share it.
Did they say how much they want? Did I miss that
No,
part?
they're not ready even to think about that. And I said, well, until you see how much you're willing to part with, go ahead and split it and say, okay, it's 2.25 acres or whatever, you've got to tell us so we
Park's
know
my property too.
how much, I mean,
Yeah, just tell us the price.
yeah.
How much
Base
you want for it?
and
Can't
price,
say
and
we're-
we'll
I mean,
say
it'd
yes or
be
no.
great,
I know.
but if they want too much, yeah, I'm with it. So we will pursue that some more. I have no other information other than what I told you last time.
You're in communication with them, or
I am, yeah.
they just give us a price?
I'm waiting for
Price.
Mr. Goldsmith too, because he was going to tell us how far the setback is for the railroad. And he hasn't gotten back with me on that yet, so, because I mean, a setback means you can't build anything. You can, put a fence up probably.
You
and
should be able to
can
get
use the
that from either
property, but
assessing or planning.
Planning, you think?
Either
Might have
assessing
it.
or planning. You can go to assessing and
Assessing
get the
didn't have it.
Well, you can go to assessing and get the report on the property itself, and then you take that report up to planning,
Okay,
and they can explain it to you better.
okay. Sounds good. I will pursue that. And give you another update next meeting. Discussion of capital improvement plan, we already pretty much discussed. We're going to discuss it at a cow meeting, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I could say one more thing about it. I mean,
Go
the
ahead.
capital improvement plan is set there to set money aside for any repair and or replacement to anything valued at over $5,000 across the township. So not just limited to buildings, but also playscapes, walking paths, fences.
Acquisitions?
I don't know about acquisitions,
I'm
potentially.
thinking that's included. but-
That's something you'd have to ask planning.
Yep.
It's a working document, you can add anything to it. And I guess it's a work in progress for the township as a whole, from my understanding. So,
Thanks, appreciate that. All right. E, approval of fund transfer to cover car hall roofing project. Who's laughing out there? Come on. Eventually, we're going to have to move some funds.
the car park roof is going to cost substantially more than what we have currently in our budget. And that's where the capital improvement plan comes in, and we've luckily had $25,150 placed in there this last budget, and as of right now, it hasn't been assigned to anything. And I would like to motion that we use the $25,150 towards the replacement of the roof at Car Park.
What about the money that you guys allocated to go to Mannequin Smith to design a flat pickleball court? Where's that money? Is that allocated?
It's still in engineering.
Any discussion on that? Anybody else want to come up with a better idea or something else?
So this can just be shot down by the township board.
Well, sure.
Well, it can be shot down by planning commission and then even the township board.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't it, I mean, if they want us to do it, put the money there and we'll do it. If they don't, then we don't. Why do, I mean, it's just this whole moving of money to then go to the larger board
To be approved.
to be approved seems so just unnecessary. And
Incredibly necessary.
so do we even need to like actually do anything or vote or say anything?
You need to actually decide something.
We have to actually decide and vote to move the money. If we don't,
But then they're going to decide that we're not allowed to move the money.
if they want to decide that, but I don't see why they would.
So they denied the hall roof so far because the money's not allocated
No,
properly?
because
No.
because I didn't show up to the
No,
meeting.
because no one showed up.
Right.
So this has nothing, okay.
I had questions, and there was nobody there to answer the questions, so, yeah.
How many, we got 2 bids for it,
Yes.
and they were not apples to apples.
Nope.
No.
And no one actually wrote, no one qualified wrote a specification for
I used-
contractors to bid apples to apples.
I used Holt specifications from there.
Then why weren't they written to apples? Then why didn't they bid the same?
I don't know.
One contractor didn't bid.
Well,
what
they're
we told them to bid?
they're pretty well to the same, but no, we did a full tear off, which is what we were quoted by Holt. And then TJ Roofing quoted a full tear off except for the insulation, and they did a square footage on the insulation separate
They know the square footage. Why would they do it that way?
maybe to make it look like a cheaper price.
Okay.
And their warranties were different.
Their
Yes, the
warranties were
warranties
way
were
different.
way up.
Holt's was 20-year non-prorated material and labor.
Did we
TJ Roofing was
specify a
2-year.
warranty?
We did not specify a warranty and how much of warranty we wanted. So,
What was the total?
Holt's was somewhere between 36 and 38,000. TJ's was 28.5.
The 25 that you want to move wouldn't cover it anyway. So why are we talking about this?
That's the whole thing.
It's not going to cover the whole thing. The rest is going to come out of our general maintenance. We just don't have enough in our general maintenance to cover the entirety of it.
Do what you want to do.
Okay, so we've got a motion on the table. Yes, to move the money, and we got a second, and all in favor? Aye.
Wait, who motioned? Chris motioned, you second?
Chris motioned, I second.
Okay.
You got to go individually.
Aye, yes.
Okay, Aaron, aye. Carol, aye.
Aye.
No.
Jazz, no. Okay. All righty. Moving on to Parks Update. I have nothing new about Anstead. Carr? Carr's Grove, we don't know anything about Carr. Andrew's not here. Marmalee?
Well, are we at the point where I motion to tear out the skate park? I mean,
I'll second.
I know, I'm sure I'd get a second. I mean, it's certainly getting to the point where it's untenable to.
They keep tearing the fence and going.
Yeah, I mean, I could go in there and talk to kids and clean up their garbage and try to do my best.
You're
But at
getting
this
tired of
point,
When we
no,
started,
I'm not tired of that. I mean, I'll go into the skate park, 8 days a week and talk to kids and try to clean up and make it, as good as it can be. But now with like cutting holes in the fence and it being locked and it becoming a whole new scenario, I mean, it's.
when we started on this board 3 years ago, all we heard from the last board was, oh my God, Parmalee, oh my God, Parmalee, oh my God, Parmalee. And I thought, there's no way. It can't be as bad as everybody says. And every week it's problems at Parmalee, and it's the stupid skate park. I'm sorry, you can't
I don't
take care of
think
your
it's
stuff.
problems.
You can't take care of your stuff, you lose it.
I don't see, I don't know. I mean, we got a letter about the insurance thing. I guess that precipitated it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the insurance,
Well, insurance, safety, insurance.
or like the
person said-
the insurance companies. So that's fine. I mean, really, the question is now, even if we were to determine that we were going to fix it up and do construction and make it nice, I'm not confident that we can even keep it secure during that process. Like if we were like, hey, let's put $50,000 into it and get a construction company to come over there and start doing things, I'm not confident that we can keep the public from accessing the facility. I don't know that we're able to secure the facility. I mean, they're cutting holes in the fence. I don't know who they is, but someone is cutting holes in the fence. And seemingly, we didn't close the skate park to be bullies and to close the skate park. We closed it to improve it. However, we are unable to even initiate the improvements because it is constantly being trespassed against. So, I don't know. What do you guys,
Didn't we talk at one time about putting cameras up there?
There are cameras over there, but
Not
somebody's
the
got
old cameras,
Yeah,
right? No.
they're the old ones.
Didn't the hall just spend a bunch of money we're putting up cameras here to make sure that nobody, I don't know why,
They
but.
did.
it was the cost of a separate internet connection. It was going to be thousands and thousands because it was that Habitek thing.
Okay.
And it wasn't as easy as just getting a couple cameras. It was going to be $6,000 or $7,000, I think, for the year because it needed its own.
Gotta have
'cause it
Wi-Fi.
needed its own internet, and you had to get the Wi-Fi installed over there, and then have Wi-Fi there to.
How do those trail cameras work that go straight to your phones? Because those don't have
cellular network, and they can be quite costly if you want to be unlimited video and pictures, and it will constantly. Yeah,
thousands of dollars?
not thousands and thousands of dollars, no, but it won't be secure, and it'll probably get walked off with pretty quick.
Well,
You'll have a picture of whoever walked off.
Right.
So yeah.
A picture.
I know.
I don't know. I mean, clearly the township doesn't want to have it open for now, which is fine.
Safety.
Until we can put some money into it, and we could discuss that at a later date, I guess. But at this point, do we even have the ability to secure the location? That's where I'm now surprised that they can't even stay out of there. Cutting holes in the fence is a pretty drastic thing, and I don't know that we have the wherewithal to defend against that.
No. I know Pat is supposed to be working with Kevin Vogel from the construction trades class at the high school.
Right. Yeah. We
Potentially come over and do repairs to the skate park or even guide us in it. But I have not been able to get clarification as to where we are at in that. If
He
it's
wasn't
been
the one who did it the last time, right?
No. The one that did it last time was just
Right.
ended up being volunteers by the end of it because somebody.
Isn't that what this is?
It'd be more qualified volunteers. It'd be.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be. I mean, it'd be the construction trades class. So.
Well, I guess I'm pretty much to the point where maybe next meeting will be the motion to just tear it out. Even, I guess, do we have the money for that? If we were to tear it out? No? Who knows?
We had at one point.
I'm sure if we
Talked
motioned
about
for that, the township would come up with the money.
Probably
Yes,
they'd
they
come up with the money.
They'd find the money somewhere for us if we wanted to do that. Well, we're getting close. Because I don't even know that we could improve it, because if we tried to improve it, it would obviously take a couple weeks of construction, and we may not be able to secure the location to even be worked on. So that's.
I mean, it could be that they're tearing into there because they don't have clarification as to why it's locked up, and they just think they're being locked out just to be locked out.
Well, it doesn't matter.
And it
Right, I
doesn't.
mean,
No,
I
no, and it
agree
does,
with
and
you.
it doesn't make
matter,
it right.
but-
It
I
shouldn't.
agree.
But they're kids, and kids don't think rationally or logically.
I would expect it's actually probably some adult kids. I mean, based on going over there and seeing who's accessed the location, I mean, I don't know if they're kids per se. I mean, they may be over 18. It ain't the middle school kids. Like the crowd that
Right.
was there over the summer
Not
is,
the
you know,
same
middle
crowd.
school and high school kids, and they're at school now. So whoever's doing this is someone who I don't believe goes to school during the day. And, you know, they think they have a right to access this facility, and you know, we can't even make it nicer for them because they are going to break into it while we're doing that. So I don't know. I mean, 11th hour for the skate park, I guess. At this point, I'm getting pretty close to.
Well, let's bump it over to next meeting.
Well,
And you want to see if you can get some clarification from Vogel and crew, and if they can or they can't, or if they got to wait till spring or whatever the issue is.
I don't know if you need to bump it to the meeting. I don't know. I mean, we can continue discussing it. It's just at some point during this parks update, you might hear me say, I motion to tear out the skate park. And then
If at any point in time you want to tear it out, Aaron, just call Carol, have her put it on the agenda, so that way it's on there.
Yeah, I suppose that's probably more
Do it that way
appropriate than me
instead of-
motioning during my parks update. That's
Right.
fine.
Maybe you'll get someone show up from public.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
once
true,
it's
right?
on the
Yeah,
agenda,
yeah,
then-
yeah.
And yeah,
Well, it's very unfortunate, you know, because I was thinking we were going to try to fix it up, but at this point, if they're breaking into it during the fix-up, then that's a deal breaker. So that's Parmalee.
so yay or nay for the next agenda? You want to?
Yeah, throw it on there. That's
Okay,
whatever.
throw it
Doesn't
on.
hurt.
All right, Samaria.
Nothing for Samaria.
All right, moving on to White Park. Anything else going on with White?
The backstops look really good. They did a nice job.
You did?
The trees that we planted last year all survived. I was nervous about 4 of them, and they look good. And I think that's about it for now.
Okay.
Is the grading getting done around the basketball courts?
No.
Anything else about White? No? All right, Wheeler Preserve, I've got nothing new there. Anything else? Oh, Pocket Parks, let me add something. I had a phone call from a woman today who, apparently the police are ticketing people for parking over there now. I don't know if it's because of the BMX, the one off of Lucille.
Lucille? Okay, that's
One
even
off
what I was
Lucille.
going to mention, too.
Yeah. And so apparently they are ticketing the cars that they find parking along there. And she was upset because her car's gotten ticketed several times. And there are other people that are parking there overnight, and they're not getting tickets. So
It would be
I said,
helpful for her to call the people giving the ticket to ask why she got it.
I know, that's what I
There's
said.
somebody with a white SUV who I noticed was parked on the grass over there, and I was guessing they're from the neighbor's house. Maybe I'll go over there and knock on the neighbor's door and ask if that's
Yeah.
who it is, because I mean that was kind of what I was thinking. Was
Take him one of Chris's cards.
Yeah.
but yeah,
I won't
definitely
be able to answer any questions because I wasn't the one that was there, but.
Definitely at that park, that I was getting. It's getting pretty noticeable that there's a little circle track. I wonder, like, can we put speed bumps in, or is there, like, how do you deter ATV riders?
They just love a speed bump.
Well, I mean, more, like, is there a physical barrier that I can put there? I mean, there's a discernible circle that somebody's going and driving in a circle, right? So it's like, can I put, wooden barricades, or maybe like some of those?
between 2 trees. Just paint it yellow.
Good idea, huh?
Right about here?
Or, well, even,
No.
yeah, like a low, like
don't
a
want-
1 or 2 foot chain.
No.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
Rather, I was thinking like those Jersey barriers that we got before,
I
but
mean, you could. We didn't use them all.
right.
Paid for.
I think
Well,
I think they
allegedly-
used one of them at that.
Allegedly, our no
Probably around
ATV
it.
signs have been spotted in somebody's yard in the neighborhood.
Yes. The gal who made the phone call said that her next door neighbor has our signs laying in their backyard. They pulled them up.
Yeah.
So, Chris had a good idea about that. He says, contact the police, make a report, have them go over there and get our signs back.
Do we have a sign place also while we're speaking?
Well, make a report.
Because I was looking for the signs. I was thinking I should get new ones, but I mean, where do we get the new ones made?
Well, I ordered them off the internet, so locally,
Well, if we can just get our old ones back, that'd be
We
fine.
do, we do
Yeah.
have a sign company, a local sign company that we can use as well.
Is it like the township uses one?
No, I don't think
wide?
so. The director of 3B works for a local sign company.
That's the one that the township usually used. It's a graphic sign right on Summerfield. I think.
Graphic sign.
Graphic
You want
signs,
Kyle,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's graphic sign.
yep.
Very good. I mean, yeah, it'd be
Didn't
good
they
to get
say
the
at
old
one
ones
point in
back,
time-
but rather than fighting the neighbor,
They
I
weren't
might
interested
just
in-
get new ones.
They weren't interested in the big signs we wanted to replace for the parks when we talk about repainting or replacing the big signs for the parks. They didn't.
Well, no, they gave us bids for those. We had bids for those, and we decided to repaint them instead.
Okay.
Because a single-sided was
I think it took
$18.50.
forever to get the bid is what happened.
Single-sided was $18.50, and a double-sided, I want to say, was about
Remember
$3,200.
that, okay.
But it was something after that you were attempting to get signs for, and they didn't want to do them.
The small ones.
The small ones,
like
okay,
we were
the
talking
ATV
about, the
ones, yeah.
ATV ones, they didn't want to mess with that.
You still ask
Which is
them.
why I went
If
online and
somebody
found
has
them.
our signs, we should just go get them back. I'll go get them. Give me the address.
Well, I think it's more important to make a report on that. Because I thought they were gone, totally gone. And then she told me, no, they're right over there. They're in the neighbor's yard. So let me get the address and we'll go from there. Anything else on pocket parks? Anybody else got anything else? Go ahead.
No, after I pick my cards up tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm going to go over to the house in Quail Hollow, both houses that are, again, dumping into the pocket park in Colonial. That maintenance spent days cleaning up after the years of them dumping and cost us dumping fees at Mulch King and time they could have spent on projects elsewhere. So it hasn't even been cleaned up, but maybe a month and a half, 2 months, and they're already dumping all their grass clippings over the fences, tree branches over the fences. So,
And which one is this again?
Quail Hollow.
Quail Hollow.
So it's the pocket park is in Colonial, but the houses dumping are in Quail Hollow,
Okay.
which I believe they're a part of the DDA area, and maybe they could help them with dumping. I don't know. Downtown Development Authority.
Development Authority?
Yeah.
So Seacroy Stearns is downtown.
Depends on who you talk to,
It could be a cool downtown.
or what signs you read. So,
Okay.
All right. Comments from the public?
Hi there, Lamar Frederick, 3254 Deer Creek Drive. I got a couple thoughts for you on the skate park. Go to the insurance company, they have engineers. Ask the engineers to come down and take a look at the skate park, suggest what needs to be done from their point of view. We did that with the library. Have them come down and let the engineers say, okay, here's what you need to do to bring it into compliance. Then you have something to work with. Then you can go get a quote, and if it's outlandish, just take what Aaron says, close the doors and leave town. With respect to putting barriers on that pocket park, talk to the lawyers first, because if you do something wrong and they smash into them and get hurt, signs are usually don't mean much, but at least you can start with a sign. So you got help printers and graphic and some other folks around town that can make a sign. So use those first. They don't ward off evil spirits very well, but at the same time, it's a start. And then after you do that, maybe then you might be able to put up some kind of barriers. But work with the lawyers so that we don't have a trap on the park. And we've sold pocket parks in the past. Just go through the process, and if you want to sell one, and it's one that's marketable, sell it, and put your cash in the pocket and move on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gail Kane, 1056 West Temperance. First, regarding your car roof deal, since the township didn't approve it because nobody was there and they obviously didn't watch your mandated recorded meetings, maybe from now on, when you do that, should by some odd chance you not be able to make the meeting, I would put a note in that package and say, this is what we recommend and why, and go from there. Secondly, the skate park. There should have been the order that was posted, should have stated who was ordering it and their phone number. So it should have said, as ordered by the township supervisor, Paul Peroni, and his phone number, his own private phone number, so that people could reach him should they have questions instead of trying to pin it on your backs. The third, your cow meetings. You ought to recommend maybe having one regarding your pocket parks, listing them, going through them, and making a list which each one could be used for, so that then you could move forward trying to get rid of some of them, because Tanglewood has one that could easily be 4 homes. On the other hand, if it can't be let go because of deed restrictions, it'd be perfect for a dog park. And fourth, as far as the ATVs and stuff, I would post your property, take your pictures. I would get a hold of the attorney, have him send a letter to each and every residence that's around it, and attach a little bit of reward that's not marked as to how much should they report all this stuff as coming in, because this is an issue with trespassing. It's something that all your parks have issues with. It's with dumping and so forth and so on. It's a big problem in this township. So yeah, you need to try to do that, because at the same time, what you may do may cause problems for the person that's trespassing. If they get hurt and it's on township property, then the door swings the other direction, and they're very quick to shove the door that way. So, thank you. Oh, one other thing. Mr. Lamar has got a birthday coming up. It's Wednesday. He's going to be 86. Happy birthday, Lamar.
Happy birthday. All right, thank you. Commissioners' comments.
All right, just touch on again, if you guys have a bid, a quote, anything for the township approval, one of you guys have to be there or it's going to get shot down.
Apparently.
All right, and then also just to make you guys aware, for the sale of the pocket park that we approved at the last one, it's going to go out with a minimum bid of $35,000. But also, just so you guys know, whatever, if it does sell, that money's going into the general fund. You guys don't get it. Nope. So that's the way they have it set up now. So I just wanted to make sure you guys are aware of that.
Well, we can ask that they use it for the roofs.
Yeah, there you go.
Put it on the roof.
Other than that, that's it.
All right, Aaron.
Do you think if we made a video presentation that would qualify?
No, because here's the problem right now.
They want to ask
We're
questions.
coming into an election. Rick Steiner's running for supervisor. He has to speak at every single meeting. He cannot just take anything. He has to chime in on absolutely everything. So I'm just saying, with the election coming up, you're going to have people who have to have all their input just so it looks like they're doing something. So anything you guys have, even if you put the questions in and anything else, he's going to have a question that you haven't answered on there.
Right.
So that's where it's at right now. One of you guys just have to show up. Because I couldn't answer. I even told him, I said, I wasn't at the last meeting. I said, I can't answer anything about quotes, the bids, what they asked, or anything. So I couldn't even answer it for you. But I'm just telling you guys, one of you guys need to be there, or it's not going to get approved.
Hello, Township Board. This is the Park Board. Thank you for your time this evening. And I could make a video, present whatever it is.
I don't think you can do that.
I know, but then if we're not there for the questions, then they reject it. Whatever. I mean, it's just the idea that I would try to get to a township board and any of us. I mean, we're the busiest people I know, and
There's 5 of you guys. Only one needs to make it.
I hear you.
Library board makes it happen.
I guess. I mean,
I
But
don't
it's
guess, I
usually
know, because I'm at the township
the same
meeting.
person
yeah, I hear you.
for the library
I don't
board.
know.
It's usually the same person for the library board, you know.
But just so you guys know, at least one of you guys have to be there. If one, Carol's been doing good, but if she can't make it, it's just coordinate with one another. Say, hey, I can't make it, one of you guys make it. I mean, there's 5 of you. At least one of you can make the meeting.
Maybe.
I mean, it's what you get paid for.
Maybe not.
I mean, just the minuscule salary that you guys get is part of one of the tasks that's required for it.
It was not when I was elected.
Then don't do it, guys. Don't run again. I'm just telling you, you guys can keep submitting the stuff to the township board if you guys don't want to show up. I mean, it's just makes you guys look like idiots is all it does. So keep not showing up. I don't care. Nothing's going to get approved. It's all on you guys.
Yeah, or we just don't do projects, I guess.
I'm just telling you what you guys have to do. So if you guys don't want to do it, don't do it. Do it.
Listen,
It's on you.
I work 2 states away now. I mean, it's
Yes.
driving to Pennsylvania 4 days.
Appreciate
a week.
you coming back
It
for
is
this.
what it is. I don't know.
Then resign.
I might.
Don't run
Trust me.
again.
I was thinking I was going to move a year ago. I mean,
Remember that. Yeah.
it's a fluid process, but I don't know. I mean, then all these guys are busy, and we'll see. I mean, let's see. If working Tuesdays in can happen. But
Okay, all right. I've got no other comments. Anything, Chris?
Yes, I apologize that I was not at the township meeting to appease the board members and answer questions. In the future, maybe read your packet when you get it. If you have questions, it'd probably be a good idea to email me. I'm in all of your guys' directory. I've emailed every single person on your board at one point in time in the last few years. Thank you very much, and you have a good night.
Did anybody else happen to read the article about Monroe putting in a bike and walking trail?
I did not. What, Sundays?
And I don't think it was Bedford Press. I don't remember who wrote it. It was online.
Oh,
They're spending $900,000 to pave old railroad trails throughout the township. And they're using something ARPA money that they got. It was $900,000. I don't know what this is, but it's something that we should look into. It sounds like it's just free money that maybe the government's giving away. If we can find some of that, God, we could do such great things with the parks. I mean, we have a list of things that, I mean, I don't know. So I'm going to put a call into Monroe and see if they can give me a lead on where they got their money. And maybe we can do something with it. So
It's probably all their weed money.
yeah.
Pot store every corner.
okay. Next park meeting will be Monday, November 13th, right here, Government Center at 7 o'clock.
Why are we back here?
I need a motion to adjourn.
what, I mean,
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to
wanna
adjourn.
go-
You want an
motion
answer?
to not be here?
Be in a park.
Well, we decided to be here for the winter, I think is how that went. That was,
That's your chance.
that was
If you
our,
want a motion
that
to
was
not
our
be here.
thing.
Here, I won't be.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, second?
I second.
All in favor? Aye.